Good morning, gang. I am going to be doing something a little different this year. Every once in a while, when I have a thought that kind of goes along with maybe something we've talked about at social or that God's given me, I'm just going to pop up a little short video on it rather than trying to text this long message. And so I have a thought, and let me begin by saying I apologize that I did not do this in January when I should have. When I had this thought, I thought, okay, well, I'll get to it that weekend, or I'll do it that afternoon, and then I forget, and then I get busy. And so here we are toward the end of the March, and I'm just now doing this. So I'll explain part of my one up here in a little bit. But as trying to help everybody one up this year, I had the thought that everybody needs to try to work on getting out of a comfort zone. That zone where you are comfortable with who you are, how you are, what you do, how you live, and you don't want to break out of that comfort zone because that means you're going to have to do something that's uncomfortable in order to one up yourself in living for God. For instance, I've noted, unless you're Josh Greer Sr. or Rayanne, most of us probably are not real big on just inviting a complete stranger to church. I know I'm not, as even though most of y'all probably think I'm just outgoing person, talks to everybody, which I can. However, for instance, when I go to the store, I'm a hunter. I know what I'm looking for. I go straight towards that. I get it. I go straight to the self-checkout usually. Check it out and out the door. No muss, no fuss. And I don't hardly say a word to anybody. Rayanne, on the other hand, and this is why sometimes I don't go to the store with Rayanne, is because Rayanne will go in and she'll walk by somebody in the aisle that's looking at the same thing she's looking at. She'll get to talking to them, and she's there for 5-10 minutes. Invites them to church, and then she sees somebody she knows. There's 20 minutes right there. And oftentimes this happens when I'm sitting in the vehicle waiting on her, and I'm out there wondering what in the world is taking her so long. I would be done in like 5-6 minutes. 45 minutes later, she comes out and she's invited not only the door greeter to church, but a couple other people to church. She met somebody that she saw somebody she knew. She saw them, talked to them. She talked to the person at the cash register, invited them to church. And that's how it goes sometimes, but she's great at it. So my challenge to you is do something that gets you out of your comfort zone. If you don't like getting out of your pew and going up to the front to worship like many of the others do, especially young people and many hyphen, get out of your pew, go up to the front and worship. Not asking you to dance around or anything, just do something, get you out of your comfort zone. You're not comfortable with getting out and going and praying with somebody. Get out and go pray with somebody. Again, that's a big one for me. I have to really push myself to get out of my pew and go pray with other people. But here's a thought. You could ask yourself, okay, was it God leading me to go pray with somebody? Is it just me? Well, first of all, the devil's not going to tell you to go pray with somebody. So whether it's you or God, it's still a great thing. Okay, so just do something that gets you out of your comfort zone. You fill in the blank. I don't know what each and every one of you need to work on. I could probably make some suggestions for some of you, but what's something that you could do to help you get out of your comfort zone? In psychology class in college, I learned that if you do the same thing every day for 30 days, it becomes a habit. So if you'll start doing something, the same thing that helps you, that gets you out of your comfort zone, you start doing that same thing on a regular basis. It gets to a point where it's no longer having to get out of a comfort zone, but you're now comfortable doing what you were uncomfortable doing before for God. So think about that today and get out of your comfort zone. One up. It's time to one up. God bless.